an interesting season this year on the mangoes, but look at M4, and it's a winner. This being my top 5, White Paris. This tree is loaded. Excellent taste, excellent mango, excellent tree. It's a nice guava mango. It's a nice mango. I wasn't 100% impressed with it this year. Pineapple Pleasure did very nice. I have hats and shirts now. Fruitful Trees. Fruitfultrees.tv will go to my YouTube channel. Hello everybody, welcome to Fruitful Trees, and it is currently July 1st, 2024. Last month on June 1st, 2024, I gave you a summer update of what's happening with my yard, and then the next day I followed with what's going on in my neighbor's yard. And the reason I did that was I wanted to show everybody the progression of mango season and also the progression of what I've been learning in my yard. So it's not really about my yard or my neighbor's yard, it's about learning and educating ourselves. And even though this mango season started late this year, still learning a lot, and I learned a lot this month, and I hope you learned also. So I'm going to take you around my yard today, turn the camera around, and show you some things I learned, some new things that I got. But we are in mango season. We're in the heart of mango season. And another thing that happened was yesterday was June 30th, 2024. For those of you that know what I'm talking about, it was Florida Mango Fest. We had an amazing time at Florida Mango Fest. I'll be coming out with a video of that soon, reviewing it and talking about that. But it was a big success. Sadly, it rained, but we didn't get rained out, but it definitely affected it a little. But I'll do a review of that later. But that was amazing. And I tasted a mango that I've never tasted before that I've been wanting to taste at Mango Fest. I tasted the Gary mango. And it was good, but like I said when I was leading the taste test there, do not judge a mango on one tasting, because I've tasted many mangoes that were supposed to be amazing, and when I tasted them, they weren't, and vice versa. But then when I had them another time, it was completely different. So don't judge on one tasting, but I got that one knocked off my list, the Gary mango. Now, we're going to go around and look at my yard now, and my yards, and we're going to see what's happening with mango season, but we're going to look at all our trees and get an update on all our trees, okay? So here we go. Put your comments and questions below. So I'm going to turn the camera around. I got a lot to share about these progression. And the first one we're starting off with is this, my lemon zest tree. Hey everybody, so here's my lemon zest tree. And lemon zest, I've been learning a lot, hearing a lot, thinking about it a lot. This tree didn't get a lot of mangoes on it this year, because I cut it back too much last year. So this year I'm not going to cut it back. I'm only going to tip it. But it is susceptible to bacterial black spot, so I will try to open up the center to get more air through it. But as you can see, there are still lemon zest mangoes on there that are not ripe yet. And what I'm discovering with the lemon zest, bacterial black spot. Now, bacterial black spot doesn't mean it's going to be affected every year, but it will get affected, and it's disappointing. My neighbor's lemon zest had a lot of mangoes that had been infected by it this year, but still tasted a few. This is still the #1 tasting mango. Lemon zest tastes the best, but is it worth having? I have another video coming out on that because of the bacterial black spot. So under here, as you can see, I got a new mango tree. I said I wasn't going to get it. I don't have room for one, but that is a ZIL 4026. I've been wanting to get that, and I was able to get one. ZIL 4026, an amazing mango. And here I have some seedlings of a China jackfruit that I got off my tree, so I have some seedlings of that. Now I just come over here, and I have this tree that's loaded right now. This is a mid-season fruit, and this is a sweetheart. I'll give you all a little hint. At Mango Fest, at the mango tasting, sweetheart was the #2 mango that everyone liked the most, I believe. I'll tell you the top 3. I don't remember the order. I got to look at it before I review that video, but sweetheart was up there. And I got to admit, it was good. It was really good. But this tree is loaded here. I had one or two that fully ripened yellow. I tasted them. They were wonderful. They ripened evenly. They were really nice. My neighbors, I'll show you tomorrow or in the next video, his sweet tart tree, a branch broke. They call it the branch breaker for a reason. Look how many mangoes are on that tree. And they're smaller when they're bunched up like this, but if you thin this out, they'll be bigger. There's one that's starting to turn a little yellow, but sweet tart. Making an impression this year. It was good. Everyone loved it. I also got these two trees here. This is Zane's World Soft. Zane's World Soft jackfruit. Easy peel. I had one and it died. Not in the ground. I had one in a pot and it died. And they blessed me with another one. And they also came with a fruit. It was amazing. Amazing. And this here is one of the mangoes that I've had in the pot. Creme brulee. I'm just trying to find a place to get it in the ground, but I don't have any places. Alright, we're going to this tree here. This tree is it was a mystery tree because I thought it was a mislabel. I bought it as a sugarloaf, but people told me that's not a sugarloaf. That's not a sugarloaf. Well, the mango ripened. We tasted it. Guess what? It's a sugarloaf. Alex at Tropical Acres didn't even have to taste it. He said, I know that's a sugarloaf. I'll take his word for it. Okay. Speaking of this, I think there might still be one or two on here. There you go. Sugarloaf. This was a big success too at Mango Fest. Sugarloaf. All right. Let's go over here. Cac. The Cac mango. Really looking good. Doing its thing. Look how clean that fruit is. Disease resistant. Still have a good amount on there to ripen up. That's a Cac mango tree is looking good. Now here, this is my favorite fruit in my whole yard, as you know. This is China Champadak, a combination of a jackfruit, and a Champadak. But you notice something's not looking right here. Last week, we had strong winds, and it literally broke a branch off. It didn't break it that clean. I cleaned it up. But it broke a big branch, and this whole area was covered in China tree, but it's not. So that was kind of sad, but it did open up the area. I still have 3 fruits left on there. As you saw, I saved the seeds because I've been getting fruit off this tree. It has not disappointed. It is wonderful. This is Boca Champadak. It's growing back. You know my story about Boca Champadak last year, but I cut it back and it's coming back. Look at this tree, how this tree's taken off. This is a Homestead White Sapote. And I thought the Homestead I was going to get rid of, thinking I didn't need 2 White Sapote, but I have another White Sapote that's a different season than another one, or at least it's longer, so it might be a benefit, so I'm keeping that. It's looking nice. It's growing well. See how that comes along. Then over here I have some seedling trees. Nothing to report new about those. They're coming along. I've been tipping my grafted cherry tree that's been top worked to emerald. I've been tipping it. It's looking really nice. This whole area was my farming area in the summer. It's cleaned up now, and a bunch of papayas have sprouted up. I decided to leave there and see which ones are going to be males, or females, not males, and which ones will give me a papaya. So as I walk through here, this tree is looking amazing. This is my San Pablo custard apple. This one actually might be my Fernandez. So it's flowering well. It's growing nicely. I'm very happy with that. Here we have my Lorito Mame tree. Looking nice. Nothing new to report there. The fruits coming out nice. And back there behind it is my neighbor's Angie tree. which is coming over my yard, and that's looking nice as well. Look here at this tree. This is orange sherbet. So it's mid-season right now, and I haven't gotten any ripe on there yet. But look, it is showing up big time. That's orange sherbet. So beautiful. And looking to see what's going to happen with that. Now, over here, I have my persimmon tree, my South Florida persimmon. That's kind of getting shaded out over the orange sherbet, so when the season's over, I might cut back the orange sherbet a little. This had a ton of persimmons on it. A lot of them fell off, but some of them stayed. This might be, somebody told me, the biggest South Florida persimmon tree they've seen around in South Florida. So I'm excited about that. Now, over here, let me come on over here. These are my lemon meringue trees. They're growing back. And from being cut too much last year. And I had some on here this year, and not many like last year. But I got a few this past month. And there's 2 more left hanging on the tree. Coming over here, I have my Simpson avocado. Look at that. Got a good amount of avocados on this tree. Looking really nice. Trying to let it not get shaded out by this black gold jackfruit, which is going really big. And behind that, I have a paste mame that's growing well. Coming over here, look at M4. It's an interesting season this year in the mangoes, but look at M4. A lot of good looking fruit on the M4. And then I have my Miami soursop. Gotta say, it's still growing, but I'm disappointed because I didn't get many flowers this year and no fruit. My Miami soursop. But give it some time, see what happens. My pumpkin mame is doing great. Very tight over here, but it's looking nice. Coming along here, this is my Dunking mango tree that I also have sunrise mangoes on there. But as you see, there's a lot of Dunking left. The sunrise is almost done. There's one more here. And I've just picked it. That's sunrise. It smells so good. I love this mango. My personal favorites this year, taste-wise, lemon zest, and sunrise. 2 excellent mangoes. The Dunkin', I top worked this and I was going to just leave it for sunrise, which I may. The Dunkin', I hear the later season ones taste better. I don't like the early season tasting ones. But I've been making use of the Dunkins and giving the mango that I don't like to some people that do. I don't know why they like it, but it keeps me from having to give them the good ones that I like, and I give them these. Everyone's happy. Over here we have a San Pablo custard apple, grafted, grown really nice. And then I have this seedling that keeps growing really tall of a Boca Champada. No fruit on it yet. Here I have a Dupuy avocado that's growing nice. And I did a bunch of videos recently on this white sapote, this Redlands white sapote. What a prolific tree. So I'm going to be cutting that back a little soon, as all the fruit is off the tree now. There's still a little fruit on there. Not much. We had a big year for redlands. Very nice. Now look at this, everyone. This is my Rollinia tree. And this is looking nice. Look. Rollinia fruit. For the first time, I'm getting a good amount. There's a good amount on this tree, so hopefully they'll hold. We'll see. That's Rollinia. Look, everybody. Look at my watermelon. Look at the watermelon, how it's grown. There's different varieties. I think that one's a sugar bell, or sugar baby they call it. But look of all that watermelon in my garden beds. And here I have my China, another China jackfruit growing. And over here, this is in a pot. It's supposed to be an ice cream. The leaves don't look like ice cream, but it's growing nice in a 44-gallon pot. Behind this fence, I have another sunrise tree that I planted. This tree is looking nice. And there's 2 more fruits left on here. I have a dwarf Hawaiian that I thought was dead that's growing back. I have a a star apple there. And then over there I have a grafted tree that had some fruit, but I think the neighbor took it. That's alright. Alrighty. Coming along here, I have this, I don't want to say disappointing, but this is a Kampong avocado tree that it was topper to a Kampong, and it had a good amount of fruit set, but it looks like none of it held. The tree's growing nice, but it didn't hold. And look, the star of the show, the star of my yard, is this amazing soursop tree that's always loaded. Seedling from Home Depot. And look. Amazing. Look. This tree. This tree. Wow. So many flowers. Over here, this is a Catalina avocado. Disappointing in this year. Not much fruit on it. Catalina. This is another soursop. Not much happening with it. There's a couple of flowers I see. This is another seedling. First year is flowering and there's a couple in there. And coming on here, I have another Boca Champadoc that's planted and growing back. I cut it back and it's coming back. And here, I had a seedling big jackfruit here, but I cut it back and I grafted successfully onto this Bangkok lemon jackfruit that took and is doing very well. But I also planted a Bangkok lemon next to it. So one way or the other, I'm going to have a Bangkok lemon tree in my yard. All right, so that's what's happening. Here, I'm going to show you another seedling. And then we'll go to the front. Then we're going to go to Mangoland. This is just to give everyone an idea. The beginning of the month in summer of what's happening. And there's so much fruit growing on here right now. It's overwhelming and amazing at the same time. See the garden, this was all a big garden here. Nothing here now but more watermelon that I'm planting. And here is another seedling of a Boca Champadoc. See how that grows? That's the tallest one, I think. All right, we're going to go to the front of the yard and then to Mangoland. Okay, here we are in the front yard. Just giving you an update on what's happening with my trees. I've learned a lot this summer. and I'm just passing it on to all of you. And I did get a driveway put in here to make the driveway a little bit wider. And let's turn around and show you this. So to start off with here, we have our butterscotch sapodilla. I'm not sure what to do with this one yet. A lot of flowers set, but not too much fruit happening on this. This is my Subel white sapote. What a beautiful surprise this has been. This, I want to just pull this and eat it right now because it's ready. This fruit, what a delicious white sapote variety. Well, that's growing well. Here's my Key West plantain. That's growing well. Now this tree here is my cocktail mango tree. This side, Fairchild came out. Had a lot of Fairchild this year. I'm still got a few, but I'm still getting a bunch of Angie. This side of the tree is Angie, and I'm still getting a bunch of those. Coming along here, I have a this is Angie. I still have a Choquette avocado that I haven't had time to top work yet, but that's the plan. Then here in pots, I gotta find space. I have these finger limes that are growing really well. Gotta find a space for those. Alright, coming around here. This is my seedling of my China jackfruit. That one's going great. That one, not too great, so I'm gonna cut that and let that one grow up. We're in miracle fruit. This gives me fruit 3 or 4 times a year, and is loaded miracle fruit right now. This is my Java de Cabo. I have 2 of them. No flowers, but it's looking nice. Here I still have my Gefner Adamoyer in a pot that I'm going to get in the ground real soon. And I have a cog hole mango that I top worked successfully to ice cream. So I'm excited about that. When I come around here, I have some more miracle fruit, Another recorded disappointment this year, and that's why I'm making this video. Just give people an idea what's happening in my yard. I'm in South Florida. Here's what's taking place. This is a Oro Negro avocado, and it had a lot of fruit, it looked like, but there's not much on there now. There's a few on there. Last year it was much more, but that's what happens. That's how you learn. But this year, the Oro Negro, maybe might have just 10 on here, which I'm not complaining, but that's not much. Over here, I have my Sapodilla, my Maycock Sapodilla. Look how big it is. I always get confused. This is Molex, I think. No, Molex and Maycock. One of them is small. I think the Maycock is small. This is the Molex, I think, which is bigger, but it's big. Now over here, I have a Donnie avocado. I'm sorry, a Ronnie, not a Donnie. I have a Ronnie. Donnie's crap. Don't want it. Don't need it. Don't recommend it. This is a Ronnie. And it's a later variety from Laura Farms. It's looking good. Good amount of fruit set on it. We'll see how that turns out. My Jujube is growing back. I cut it all the way back. There's a seedling jackfruit in the middle. Moringa's doing well here. Now I did cut back my Ackee tree. It was getting way too tall. I was almost thinking of cutting it out, but I just cut it back. This tree grows big. You see there's some fruit on here. This is a big tree if you let it get out of hand. Technically, it's on my neighbor's property. Look at all those flowers. So it's interesting that there's still fruit on here, but it's flowering again. Very interesting. But I did cut it back. And over there I have an apricot mango tree that's doing well. I also put in the ground back there a P22. We'll see how that does this year. To put it in as a 3-gallon. This is my Jahingar mango tree / experiment with getting no water. We'll see how it does. Here's my only banana tree, well, my second banana tree on this property. This is supposed to be a dwarf Namwa. It's dirty around there, so I put food scraps, but you're starting to see the more babies shooting out. This is a seedling jackfruit. This is a chacharoo. Still has some time. And now, I put a lot of stuff here in my front yard. This is my star apple tree. A lot of flowers. The fruits are still on there. I've had a good amount of fruit. There's a green kamito, green star apple. Matter of fact, that fruit's ripe. I'm going to take that right now. Green star apple. So for the, see, there we go. So for the sake of the video, we are right now in the month of July 1st. And there's still this fruit hanging on here, 2024. And I know other places are done with their kamito, but that's still hanging on there. Now, right next to that, I have this really nice looking Triumph persimmon tree that's doing well, but it's getting a little crowded out by the star apple. So I'm going to have to make a decision which one I want to cut back. See, and here's my Vietnam pomegranate. Looking nice. Coming around here, there's another miracle fruit. And then over here, I have a Maria Black avocado. Nothing on there yet. Much smaller and later than my other avocado trees. There's my star fruit that's starting to fill out a lot and getting some fruit on it. Some baby fruit on it. I'm going to have to keep an eye and not get that too big. Here I have a seedling mango, and I also have my star apple growing here. I have another Jabocaba. Not any flowers on this one yet. And there is my Alano Sapodilla, which is looking great. Giving a lot of fruit. And here is Pickering mango. Pickering mango's a workhorse. Like this little small tree has gotten so many mangoes. And there's even more in there to pick. That's Pickering. Then I'm going to come out here out front. I got a moringa tree that's looking great. And I planted some sermon cherries, black sermon cherry and black sermon cherry. And then over here, which I might put a finger lime, for now I have a Manzano apple banana that I put in. So everything's looking great here. That's a mango seedling there in the front. Everything's looking exciting. I got one more thing to show you all. This is dragon fruit. Dragon fruit, my neighbor's been coming over and pollinating for me, hand pollinating it. And it's paying off. Look, we got a bunch of flowers we've had on here. This is exciting. Put some soil in the pots and cleaned it up. So that's dragon fruit. And the other thing I have here is, some people call this a money tree, but it's a Malabar chestnut. Malabar chestnut. I had a fruit on here. Don't know what happened to it. That's in the front there. And I had a whole hedge of these. These were Gumachama cherries. I had a whole edge, but I cut them all out and I left one on there. Left one there, Gumachama. So that's what's happening here in this yard. And now let's get an update in Mangoland. All right, everybody. July 1st, 2024. Giving you an update. This is a sermon cherry in the front here. It's coming out. I mean, I only put that there because I had it in a pot, but I don't need that. My neighbor has one. I can get cherries if I want, but I don't want snacks. This is a Mame apple. Looking really nice. Mame apple in the front. Coming in here, I got some work to do. This chaya keeps growing back so quickly. Abundantly. I don't want that there. It's a wild edible green, which is nice. My bananas have been doing amazing. Getting racks. Found out that these are tall Namois. And they're looking and tasting great. This here is another Redlands. As far as I know, that other one that I had is a Redlands. But until I get fruit on here, I can't compare the two. This is a Redlands White Sapote. The first mango tree I got mangoes on this year was Rosy Gold. It's the first one to stop giving me fruit as well. Rosy Gold. Not a big fan, but I know a lot of people are. That's Rosy Gold. I have here a seedling of a China jackfruit. Got some jackfruit on this. Not ready yet, but this is a lemon gold. Supposed to be a smaller tree. Lemon gold jackfruit. There's 3 on there. Not ready yet. I'll keep you updated. I had to cut the top. I did that a couple of months ago because it was ready to fall over. Over here I have, next to my Rosy Gold, an ice cream. Ice cream grows in clusters. And when they're not in clusters, look how big. That's the biggest ice cream mango you'll ever see. This was a top work from a seedling that the old tenant had there, and that's looking great. Here we have a Brahma May. Got one fruit on there. I purposely planted these here because they're green and it's in the front. And I don't want people to think that they're ripe or ready because you can eat them green. And this one is a Pink Sum Moon. Same situation. For all of you that think I don't know much about high density gardening, as you can see, I do. And I'm an advocate of it. It's just you got to be aware and know what you're planting and what trees are temporary and what are not temporary, because some trees will have to come out. And I tell people you don't want to plant your 2 favorite trees next to each other with the idea or hopes that they'll stay there forever. Have the idea where one tree is going to be the permanent one I want and one's going to come out eventually. Here we have a Boca Champadoc. I know this one is a China jackfruit, another one. Initially I had right here the Dwarf Hawaiian, but I wanted to get this China jackfruit in the ground. The banana bunches are doing great. Again, eventually I'm going to have to remove those banana bunches when these other mangoes get too big. And over here we have this amazing mango. It's a late season mango. This is a honey kiss. This is a top 10 mango, folks. I've had it last year. I liked it. This year I like it even more. It's late season. It stays, it's a slow grower. So some people might say it's semi-dwarf. Honey Kiss is a winner. That's a good mango. This was a disappointing, this mango. This mango was Tess Pollock. This year was a disappointment. That's Tess Pollock. But it did give me a lot of mangoes, a good amount of mangoes, I'll tell you that. But not a top 10. And there you see some of the tall Namois bananas. Showing up, looking good. The racks. We're going to go over to the other side here of the front of Mangoland before we going back. Just get an update on what's happening out here. I have another jackfruit here that's called Cochin. Not growing well, but not dying either. So we'll see what happens with that there. We got a Mysore banana I put here. Star apple. And another butterscotch sapodilla. This spot is going to get opened up. This better do good because I'm not feeling confident about this butterscotch sapodilla. So I might take that out and put avocado there. This tree here is looking great. This is a Camito, a star apple. Hipolito. Very pleased with that. This here is a white sapote. Not sure of the variety, but it's never fruited. It's never fruited. So I'm keeping a close eye on that, seeing how that does. This is a pace mame. This here's a sapodilla that I moved from another place. I think it's a brown sugar it's called, but it's delicious. Sapodilla. That's a nice looking one. Brown sugar variety, I think. I have a Neelam mango tree here. There's one lemon zest graft on there, but this is the lemon tree that I moved from next door. I was having trouble with them ripening evenly or unripening, so I was going to take it out and I decided I'd put it over here. See how it does. Now I did last month put a apple banana here, but it died. I got another spot for a banana tree. And this, I took out my block sapote and I put here in another mame apple. I'll see how that does there. And then out here, I have this coconut tree that's coming along and looking well. And next to it, I have another sermon cherry, a black sermon cherry. All right, now we're going to head to the back of Mangoland. See what's going on with the mango update for July 1st, 2024. Peach cobbler. Haven't had anything off this yet, but it's loaded and looking well. Excited about that. This is Step mango. I'm going to feature this in another video when these get ripe. I haven't had any yet. Good story about this tree, but it's looking well. Just haven't had many off it yet. Orange Essence. Tree's loaded. Haven't had anything off it yet. Haven't tasted that one yet. I'm looking forward to that. Orange Essence. Little Gem. Little Gem is loaded. It's a late season. I'm looking forward to this late season. Little Gems. Here's a Dwarf Namwa. Putting out its first rack of bananas here, July 1st. Nice rack. This, again, we got to prepare. I got to fix things. I did fix things. If I have to take all these out, that's when I'm leaving. That is my Sunrise. I love this mango. Sunrise mango. Love this mango. So that's a keeper. That's staying. Here's another Malamar chestnut. This one I put in. Well, let me tell you this. Originally, I had here an 015. And I took it out because I was concerned with the space. I could have left it in this year and possibly had some mangoes on there. But eventually it would have had to come out. And if I had to do it again, I would have left it there. And got mangoes for 1 or 2 years before I took it out. And then over here, I had originally pina colada. I could have left it there, but I took it out. I was going to make the space just so there was more space between the trees. But I decided to plant a Karen Michelle. Love this mango, so hopefully it'll grow and I'll get some mangoes off of it. This is a star apple, the yellow star apples. I forget the name right now. Just waiting to see what that does. There's another banana I put in. I think it's a Goldfinger. My bananas are pretty much all temporary. This tree might be one of the biggest trees in the yard. This one won Mango Fest, folks. If you're watching through this video this long, this one won Mango Fest. This one is a Dot. Everyone loved Dot. There's a Dot. There's one that's ready to pick. You want to pick these when they're unripe, when they're just turning yellow. But Dot mango is doing great. But I haven't had many ripe ones yet this year. I've had some, but not many. This is a fruit punch that, again, I had here a Kathy. If I had to do it over, I would have left it in the ground and got some mangoes for a couple of years, but I took it out. I had that empty spot. I went and put a Kathy in there. I put a fruit punch in there. I'll see how that goes. This mango was delicious. This was a triple sec. We're all out of triple sec, also known as Seacrest. That's an excellent mango. Excellent. So we're all out of that one. I got a Goldfinger. Banana I put there. I could have fit another mango there, but I don't want things to get too tight. All right, everybody. Besides Sunrise and Lemon Zest, another one of my top 5 mangoes has to be this one. And I guess you have to acquire a taste. I like ice cream. I like Bombay. And this one tastes like both of those. This is White Paris. And I've been eating mangoes off this tree now. It wasn't an early season, but I've had a good amount off it. And now it's really starting to come out. They don't get that big, but they're delicious. This tree had a lot of powdery mildew. But the powdery mildew, it broke through. Some of the mangoes broke through. So that's powdery mildew that got off it, but we had a good amount considering, and it's a winner. This being my top 5, White Paris. All right, over here I had a Giselle mango tree that I wish I wouldn't have taken out, but I did. I rebought the Giselle and it's in a pot. I would have been getting mangoes off that now, but I hear about problems with bacterial black spots, so I just put a banana here for now until these other trees grow up. There I got a Phoenix. I didn't get any Phoenix this year. I had a few. I took them off so the tree can grow. Back here, this is a star, folks. This is a Super Alfonso. A later variety. But it is, when I say loaded, folks, this tree is loaded. Excellent taste. Excellent mango. Excellent tree. I'm waiting to get some off this tree this year. So keep that in mind. It's not an early mango. I have here a seedling back here that I cut back a little. We'll see what happens. And over here I have another Mysore banana. See, originally I had an Edward there. There's no way an Edward would have fit in this spot. So glad I got rid of it. This was a temporary tree, but it was very impressive this year. Buttercream. Buttercream was quite impressive this year. There's one more left, 2 more left on there. But Buttercream was really nice. This is a Guanabana. I haven't gotten anything on here yet. I almost forgot it was here, but I remembered it was here. And this whole back area has been cut back to make a lot more room, a lot more sun. Excited. This was a sweetheart. This sweetheart was my first top work tree that I did in a pot. It was, I forgot the seedling, but I top worked it with sweetheart. And as you can see, it's making some noise. Look at that. That's sweetheart. Over here, we have a guava. It's a nice guava mango. It's a nice mango. I wasn't 100% impressed with it this year. It's nice. I don't know if it's in my top 10. I'll have to evaluate it another year. It got a lot of mangoes and big mangoes. But we'll have to see on that one. Over here we have a Graham. Graham has that same spice and flavor as the ice cream. And Bombay. When Graham tastes good, it's good. And we had a good amount on it this year. But it's not 100% consistent at tasting good. A lot of people got washed mangoes this year from what I'm hearing. This one is a Sugarloaf. And there were 2 mangoes on there and they're still hanging on there. Sugarloaf. Oh, it's good. I had one the other day from another tree. That's Sugarloaf. That's excellent. Coming around here, I have a coconut cream. Nothing on there this year. And it's known not to have things for a while, but when it starts getting in there, then they get a lot. Over here we have another San Pablo custard apple. Here I have a red sugar apple. I think it's called Mave something. I forgot the name, but it's a red sugar apple. And there's a good amount on there. I'm a little concerned with this tree because it's close to my new drain field. But it's showing up this year. Red sugar apple. Now here's another late superstar, cotton candy. Cotton candy is normally late, and late is coming quickly. The seasons this year are changing fast. It's a short season this year because it started late, and you would think it would stay late, but it's not. It started late, but late seasons are coming on, so it's going to be a short season this year. It'd be nice to know it started late and stayed late, but not the case. This one here, well, I had here my Glen that I took out. I'm glad I did. And now I just have a dwarf Namwa banana in there temporarily. This is my fruit cocktail. This is a good mango. I am disappointed with the productivity this year. For a tree this big, it should have had many more. It's not the first year it fruited. There's still a good amount on there for the amount that's on here. But I didn't get much on here at all. And to me, compared to the others, I've had some good ones in the past, but right now this is not in my top 10. If I have to top work it, I will, but I'm going to give it some more time, certainly. Over here, this one's growing really nice. This is an apricot mango, the one I have in the ground. I have another one in my neighbor's yard in the ground, but it's apricot mango, looking nice. Here's a Pickering that I got from a friend from Leaf. It's coming back. We had several on there this year, but I'm just waiting for this apricot to take off, and then I'm not too impressed with the Pickering to keep it. If I have to fight for space, the apricot's going to be the winner. And that's why I planted in this space, because there's a good space. It's going to have room. Here we have a seedling in the middle, but this is Molika. Molika is showing up. I got 4 mangoes on this tree this year, and excited about it. That's Molika. I originally had my peach cobbler here, but I moved it space-wise, and I put in another banana. Here's an Edgar. No flowers, no fruit. Tree's growing nice. Coming around here, I've been able to clean up the grass. Got some mats down. Up-potted some of my trees. Looking nice. I got a Campong there that I got to get in the ground. I got an apricot, Giselle Bombay, and an emerald in pots. Seedless avocado in a pot, improved pollock, but no spaces for them. This is a seedling of a lemon meringue, and on here I have 2 top works. One is Timor, They both might be Timor, and one might be apricot. All right, I got all these bananas, which are temporary bananas, different varieties, until these trees grow up. This is the newest addition I put in the ground. This is Sun Puri. Sun Puri. Eventually, it's going to be too tight on space, not going to be a good spot. But I'll get mangoes off there before these other ones get big. And I'll get budwood from that too. But it's Sun Puri. Love Sun Puri. I also put a jujube in the ground because my drain field that I moved allows me to put more things in the ground here. So now I got some jujube there. Back here, my ST Maui is looking nice. ST Maui. Here I got my queso, looking good. Here's my neighbor's Namduk Mai. Not impressed with that mango anymore, Namduk Mai, but here's a queso looking good. Some more bananas in the ground. Here we have a Carla mango. And here's another ice cream, and you can tell I love ice cream. That's an ice cream. Mango, I got a good amount on there. Waiting for them to come out. I have this sugar apple here. Let's see what happens with the sugar apple. But I have a Gefner Adamoy that I took out of the ground that I might put back in the ground over here to see how it does. This one was a nice surprise. This is a soursop tree that actually got fruit on it. This was like a wild child. I just put it here, didn't water or anything. Now I got water on it, but it actually had fruit on here, and it was good. It was a seedling, so we'll see how that turns out. I had a big Mysore banana tree here. I recently cut it out, opening up room for this Ceci Love tree that's been in the ground for a long time. That's Ceci Love. Coming around here, I have Angie. Angie did good this year, did very well. Good mango. I did put a Lackaton banana there, but it didn't make it. And here, this was impressive. Pineapple Pleasure. Pineapple Pleasure. Did very nice. Very nice. I got a few more on here on the tree. So this is a mid-season. These are ready to come off. They were great. Pineapple Pleasure. Got some more bananas in the back temporarily. Here's another San Pablo custard apple. Looking well. And this is an avocado that I think I finally identified as a Lula. Lula avocado. All right, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this update of my yard for the summer tour and showing you what's growing and what has grown already and what's happening here. Also doing it for my own knowledge and experience to review back next year at this time to see what might grow. And reminding myself that this year was a little interesting because it started later than the other years. Everyone else is not having a good mango year, but here on the east coast of South Florida, I'm only 5 miles from the ocean. I did exceptionally well this year. Last year was a great mango year. This year, I did well, really well as well. And most people haven't done well this year. So I feel really good about that. I feel excited about the area I'm in. And this is just my yard. I'm also helping my neighbor take care of his yards, which I'll show you tomorrow. And his yards are loaded. And he's coming down past the beginning of the year and coming back. Last year, my cherry, before I cut it back, the top work, it was loaded. He has 2 cherry trees. Of all the mango trees this year, cherry's given the most mangoes. His cherry trees were raining avocados. He has a Val cherry that's loaded as well. We'll go look through that tomorrow. My lemon meringues, I cut back too much last year. I learned a lesson. I don't think I'm going to cut them. I'll just tip them this year. But They too were loaded last year. This year I didn't get much on them. But I'm excited. I mean, we don't know what's going to happen with hurricane season and just many other things. But for July 1st, 2024, this has been an update. Here's another update. I have hats and shirts now. Fruitful Trees. So check that out. Fruitfultrees.tv will go to my YouTube channel. If anyone wants a hat or a shirt, I'll put the link below. Thank you everybody for watching and joining me on this tour. And I'll do it again August 1st or the first week of August, just to give everybody an update on summer fruits, how they're grown here in my yards. Until then everybody, thank you for watching. Have a great day and keep growing. For more educational videos about mangoes and other fruits and how to grow fruit trees, please look out the other videos on this channel, Fruitful Trees, and also subscribe if you like, and also share these videos with others. Thank you for watching. Have a great day and keep growing.